Yes, people. So today we're here with Jayden, who has got absolutely shredded in 12 weeks, gone from 125, 23 pounds, sorry, to, well, it was 111 until he's just told me today that he's hit a new low of 109, which is absolutely incredible. So why don't you give a little bit of an introduction about yourself, who you are, how old you are, where you're based in America, just a little bit of an overview, just so the guys know sort of a bit about yourself.
I'm Jayden. I'm from Des Moines, Iowa. Um,
How old are you?
I'm
How old are you?
I'm 20. I
20
just
and
turned
shredded.
20 during this, so
Amazing.
yeah.
And right now you're
But
currently studying, but you've also been working over the summer, haven't you?
yeah, I was working a lot during the summer, pretty much every day, and I had another job at nighttime as well, so I had a lot kind of going on. But I wanted to do this and just kind of challenge myself, I would say, and I think I definitely pulled through with the challenge.
Exactly that. You've absolutely smashed it while being busy with work, etc. and managing that stressful lifestyle, mate. You've done an absolute crazy job. So let's go back 12 weeks before you started. What did, with regards to, I'll put some pictures on the screen so the guys can sort of see what you used to look like before you got absolutely shredded. What was sort of your background with regards to training, diet, and stuff like that?
Oh, diet. I've always been super locked in with my diet for sure. Like that
Yeah.
was the easiest thing for me. I can easily go days without eating or I can fast for long periods of time. I'm very like I guess I don't have like hunger cues
Yeah.
really really at all. So I stayed pretty locked into the diet, but I never worked out. I don't lo honestly, to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of working out at all, either cardio or weightlifting. So I always just stuck with cardio before and I stayed on like a 1300 calorie deficit for months.
Yeah.
But it was kind of weird at the same time because I was like stacking calories some days. So like I'd go a day without eating and then the next day I'd have, 2600
Yeah.
calories, like so I'd stack it and it didn't really do much because I was only doing a little bit of cardio, maybe like couple hour like 2 hours a week maybe.
Yeah.
um
I think that's the thing as
so
well. For you before, you would maybe your habits weren't great in terms of you were doing quite extreme things with regards to, like you say, eating very low food, doing like actually quite a lot of cardio in terms of hours. So I think the main thing for you at first was sort of changing your habits. So like, what would you say it was? What made you reach out in the first place? Because obviously, I remember 3 months ago, yeah, and then we got on a call, we had a little chat. What was it that made you first initially reach out?
first I saw a bunch of like I started getting on I was on Instagram and I started getting like a whole bunch of this stuff about, calorie deficit and weightlifting and training. And then I saw your video and I was like, this guy knows what's up because I saw your physique transformations posted online, on Instagram. And I was like, I feel like he really knows what he's doing. And he seems like a chill, down to earth guy,
Appreciate it.
and friendly. And so I wanted to just hit you up and see where it would take me because I I was just stuck where I was at and I didn't know what to do really. I was just kind of confused about the whole thing. I wanted to change. So
Yeah. What would you say? So, like you say there, what would you say looking back were your biggest struggles of things that you maybe weren't doing then that we started doing? What would you say they were?
definitely the weightlifting.
Yeah.
That was definitely the biggest thing. I didn't know it had so much of an impact on your physique actually, like before I started, because I noticed like only a month in, my shoulders were getting broader, and I was like, that's odd because I didn't know it happened so fast as well as what it can do to your body.
Yeah, and I think that's because as well, like we say, you fast tracked the progress, so you had that novel stimulus of just training, and because we were giving you a good program, giving you lots of tips on your training, you became very good at it very quickly, and thus you built muscle very quickly. Whereas most people spend the first years sort of just going about here and there, not really making any progress. So what would you say? What made you
Mhm.
do it? Like, what made you reach out versus like trying it alone? I mean, I guess you sort of had tried it alone in the past, would you say, or how was that?
Uh, I I never. Are you talking about weightlifting?
Like just sort of the whole journey in terms of like you came to me and you were like, right, I want to get shredded and build a bit of muscle. Why did you, had you tried it on your own before or not really?
No, I never. I thought it would come from doing that actually, but then I just gave up because I was like, this is not working. I've been doing it for 3 or 4. I think it was, yeah, I think it was around 3 or 4 months, and I only lost a couple pounds. And I was like, I'm so over this. I need to do something new, or I need to figure this out. So that's why I reached out to you because I know I needed your help.
Yeah, no,
But
100%. And that's exactly what we did. What would you say, like, with regards to the whole, like, online thing? Like, you're in America, I'm in the UK. We've never seen each other before. Were you hesitant at all, like, committing to the 3 month plan and stuff like that?
oh yeah, I was super hesitant because it's like, to be honest with you, I was because it's like, you're meeting someone all the way from you don't even know where.
Yeah.
I before just knew you were in the UK. I don't even know. That's all I know to this day, really.
Yeah.
But I was like concerned at first because I was like, do I really want to go through with this and can I commit? But then I was like, I just got to do it. I just got to set my mind to it and just see how it goes. And it's definitely paid off, I would
No,
say.
100%. Like, what would you say were your expectations almost going into this? Like, did you think we'd achieve what we achieved in just 3 months? Like, what were you thinking you were gonna sort of achieve in that sort of time frame?
No, I thought I'd be stuck. I thought I'd be at the same spot I was 3 months ago,
Yeah,
but it's insane how fast it was. Like, obviously you have to put in a lot of work,
yeah,
of course, and that comes with it, but really if you just train your brain,
yeah. You get the results.
it's there.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and
What?
it's such a short time period too.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's the main thing as well. What would you say like were the main differences between what you were doing before you started and then what we started doing when we implemented these sort of protocols in the program?
Um, like I would say I would say everything got like tighter in a way.
Yeah.
Like I felt more lean, if that makes sense. Like my muscles got a lot more tighter and my everything, like my physique got so much shredded, I
Yeah,
guess.
literally. Yeah,
Like
no,
tight to my body.
yeah, 100%. What aspects of like the coaching did you find like most helpful? Like the accountability, like the diet, the training. What sort of stood out that made you think we got these crazy results?
Definitely you like texting me pretty much every day.
Yeah,
That kept me locked in because I was like, I don't want to I don't want to like make you mad, or I don't want to upset you um, at the end of the week when I say I didn't do something or I missed a workout,
yeah,
you know? So, definitely the accountability. That was probably the biggest thing for me because I knew I was like, before this, I was like, maybe I'll go to the gym tomorrow and then I'll skip for a few days or something like that. Whereas this was every day. The nutrition plan was right there, exactly what I need to eat, weighed out, um, and even included, those meals you made, which was awesome because, like, I mean, there were a couple I didn't want to do, and then you gave me options, so that
Yeah,
really helped, you know?
100%. And obviously, like we said earlier, you were balancing this with like two jobs and stuff like that. Like, how would you say you found the whole experience in general in terms of being able to like balance like it all out and being able to manage it while still training, while still sticking to a diet, while still doing cardio? How did you find all of that?
Honestly, in the time frame it wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be truthful.
Yeah,
Um, but obviously it was definitely a lot of work, but
yeah,
with 2 jobs, it's surprising how actually fast
yeah.
it
You,
was, you know?
yeah, no, 100%. How do you, because obviously now, like, you've built muscle, you've lost fat. How do you feel now in your physique compared to when you started?
I feel very slim. I mean, like, my family points it out all the time, and I wake up every morning with, like, just laying down on my bed with and it's so weird to just pull up my shirt and see abs there, like,
Yeah.
showing through my skin because it's just unbelievable. It's like it doesn't make sense in my brain, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't seem like it should be there, especially how quick it, was.
Yeah, no, because I actually remember on the call when we first started, one thing you said was like, because people that don't know, you're in a band, aren't you, right? You play the guitar. So one thing you said to me was like, I want this summer to be on stage performing with my top off. So like, how did that feel now that you've managed to actually get there, and looking back thinking, wow, like I've really done this. How did that feel?
Uh, it felt it felt amazing. It really did. Because I'm surprised I did it by pretty much by that time. Like, I've even gotten thinned out more since then, but, um, it I'm surprised I was able to do it and that
That's
quick, and
yeah.
that it was awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing. And that's the thing, right? So phase one is done, like we said now. The goal now is to start eating more food. And this is where like we said, almost the fun begins. But this is where it's crazy. When we do it right, we've given you more calories this week, reduced your cardio, and you've still lost weight, which is just like a great sign that the body's in a crazy responsive position where we can really really push your food and build it up. So like how are you feeling with regards to that sort of part of the next phase of the journey?
Honestly, I mean, to be truthful, a little apprehensive
Yeah.
because I feel like, eating more is, like, not what I
Yeah.
want to do, you know what I'm saying? So, that's about it. Um,
Yeah,
but
no,
it's
so
just so
that's where
weird.
I think having because this is a part of the journey that like you've never been on before. You've dieted down before, but you don't know what to sort of do now. Like you say, if it was up to you, you'd probably just keep eating less and less and less and just keep almost shriveling away, if that makes sense. Whereas like we're sort of doing the opposite, eating more and sort of changing your mindset and relationship with food, but you'll still continue to look better if that makes sense. Um, so I'm really excited for this phase because you're gonna feel so much better and you're gonna look so much better. But it's gonna be against sort of what you naturally feel like you should be doing with regards to that. But that's where the training aspect is gonna really improve. Um, so with regards to other people out there who are you 3 months ago, what would you sort of say to them with regards to the decisions you made with starting this whole journey?
Gonna be a lot of hard work, but you've got it. Like, just start today. Like, it's and sometimes, I mean, I know I started out maybe a little slimmer than most,
Yeah.
but and but honestly, like, it's still you just gotta trust the process and just start, you know? And obviously with you, you're a great coach, so
Very kind. You're a
that
great client. That's one thing I'd say to people is like you've put it on the head there. You can achieve whatever you put your mind to, right? Like if you came to me and you
yeah.
wanted to do this and you were willing to put the work in, like you will get there, but it's going to require a lot of work. But at the same time, you did it while managing two jobs. You know, we put processes in places so it was something that you could consistently stick to. Like you said, it didn't actually feel that hard in hindsight. Like, probably wish you did this now, like a year ago, right? Because now you're walking around with this physique. Um, so yeah, I think you're absolutely spot on with regards to people. In terms of it is hard work, but it's worth it in the end, right? Um, and then with regards to training, because obviously a big thing was you'd never been in the gym before. How does like your confidence feel now with regards to lifting weight and things like that?
I mean, I've even made friends in there now, and like sometimes they even like just encourage me more because I see that they've been doing it for a long time or something like that.
Yeah,
But weights are a lot more important than I thought,
yeah,
and um, you know, there were days I didn't want to go at all, and sometimes there still is, but I still just, you know, go because, you know, you just gotta have that
mental.
mindset, you know, you just
Yeah,
be like, because I think throughout this whole process, it was like literally throughout the whole entire process, every single time before lifting weights, I didn't want to go, to be honest with you. But it was like my whole thing was do it tired.
yeah. Do it when it's hard.
Literally, that's the biggest thing in my head. Do it when it's hard. Do it when it's tired. Yeah.
100%. And like
So,
talking about other people, what do other people think of like your trans? Like, have you shown many people like your before and after pictures of the journey over the 3 months? What do they sort of say about it? What did like people in your band sort of say about it? Did they notice any crazy changes?
there's been some changes. Yeah. I mean, I took my shirt off at the gym just to see in the mirror like how I looked like flexed and everything versus like after a pump. And I got like three people that just said you were shredded. And I was like, that's insane. And because I mean, like I have a bit of dysmorphia here and there, of course, too, but they're like looking at me like serious and everything. And you're gonna have a lot of people, like if you go through with this, you're gonna have a lot of people that are like, for example, my mom is like, "You're way too thin,"
Yeah,
or
yeah,
you need to eat food." And my grandpa was like, "You need to have a burger." And
yeah,
I was like, you know, you're gonna have people that fight you and what your goals are, but
yeah,
then you realize that they they just don't have the same mindset and goals as
yeah.
you know.
I think
So
that's
that's probably
absolutely.
like the most important thing, you know.
I think that's where you're spot on because especially when you do start getting lean, you're wearing clothes that you used to wear, but you were way heavier back then. So you might not fill them out as much, but you look way better with your top off. But they don't see that. They just see Jayden in a t-shirt, losing weight, not eating as much. So I think that's where having someone like myself in your corner to be like, no, you're absolutely smashing it, and give you the compliments that you deserve for the hard work that you're putting in. Versus you're right, like your other family members maybe don't quite understand the journey that you're going on. So I think having someone there, A, for the accountability, but also just to give you that confidence, like, do you know what, actually, I am doing everything right. I am on the right path. I think that makes a massive difference. Um,
Yes, that helped a lot, and it still does to this day. So I appreciate that.
mate, I appreciate everything you've done, mate. You've absolutely smashed this transformation. And for me, I think the big thing is showing people how not easy it is, because like we said, it requires work, but you've committed 3 months and you've changed your physique totally. Like you've totally changed it. The trajectory that it's on, it's only gonna get better now. And I think that's the most exciting thing, and that's what I want people to understand is that if you're there, like you didn't hate your physique or anything like that. Like you liked how like you weren't looking bad, right? But think how much better you look now. Um, and I think that's the main takeaway that we want people to sort of understand. So any final words before we end it there?
Just start today, and always like you're the guy for it. Like
Thank
you're the
you.
man for it. and I appreciate literally everything because I couldn't. I want to know the nutrition, the cardio, the weights, nothing about the weights at all. If it wasn't for you, I seriously never thought that was important at all. I thought it was not like just a way to get get big and have big biceps, but now it literally changes your physique, and that was a huge thing for me. So
100%. No,
yeah,
absolutely, mate.
start today.
You've absolutely smashed it. People need to start today. Other than that, where can people find you? Your band. Why don't you plug your band?
My band's called Soul Cage, and we tour around the US and we play big shows and play if you like rock music, then we're your band on any streaming platform. So Soul Cage.
Perfect. Well, we will leave it there. Thank you again for your time. Thank you to the viewers for watching this, and hopefully we can get some more transformations like Jayden, and then we're all going to be laughing.